Hey guys, this is Nick from Milburn, and this is the Hall Hoops and Happening. Nick from Milburn, post-game show. We're very excited tonight. A big win over the St. Peter's Peacocks, 77-50 at the Rock. Joined by me real quick, our producer Eli. Eli, what's up? How you doing?
How's it going? Great win for Seton Hall. Let's get it rolling.
Great win. Paul, how are you, my friend? Paul, just a fan. What's going on?
I'm doing great.
And then we have the one and only, I gave her a shout out on Hall Line tonight. I don't know if she heard it. The great Nicole Gizzi. Nicole, what's up?
I am very optimistic after tonight's win.
And tell Professor Bernstein that she has to hop on and tell us what the student section is doing tonight, how they were. Okay.
I'll text her.
So let me say this. I'll start off and then we'll go into Paul and others. This is the team that Shaheen Holloway has been putting together since he got to Seton Hall. Shah wanted to go 10 deep. He wanted to play up tempo. He wanted to trap and press. And we did all that tonight. He started 5. Okay. God's will was out. So he started, Paul was right. He started Payne as his big, and then Bud Clark, and then Fisher, Williams, and who was the other one? Who was the last one, Paul? That started.
The starters?
Yeah.
He started, hang on just a second.
It was Fisher. He started
It
Fisher,
was Payne, Clark, Williams, Fisher,
Payne,
and AJ.
Clark, Williams, Fisher, and Seton McCray.
And State McCray. And we love State McCray. And but 5 minutes in the game, well, they came out pressing and trapping and then scoring in transition. Okay, so right away, I'm like, we're playing more up-tempo than we did last year. And then I saw St. Peter's got called for a shot clock violation. That was us last year. Like we said, last year, we beat them 57-53 in a very ugly game. We didn't want that. We wanted to come out and make a statement. And we did. And the statement we made was, again, Shah wants to go 10 deep. And he did. And it worked. A lot of people say, oh, that doesn't work. No, these guys were pulling for each other. They were trapping. They came out in the second half and just turned that game right over. Clark made some steals. And I thought Clark did a really good job being the floor general tonight, distributing. He had 8 points. But Paul go into a little deeper. But Hines, I'm telling you, Najah Hines came on late. This kid is a freshman. This kid is 100% the real deal. Now, Montclair High School, you know I'm from the area, had a player named Greg Hines, and his nickname was Duncan Hines. This was our Duncan Hines tonight. And not only that, Nicole, who's your all-time favorite Pirate? Ike Obiagu, correct?
Miles Powell.
Oh, you're an Ike Obiagu fan, though? No?
I am, but my all-time favorite Pirate's Powell.
Okay, but when you see Hines, the all-time leading block shot record for Seton Hall is Ike Obiagu in a career. If Hines stays here, he's going to, this is 6 blocks. And he didn't get into foul trouble as a freshman. And he ran the court as advertised. He signed late. I am so ecstatic about Najah Hines. And didn't start. And Payne played really well, too, starting and running the court and being a presence inside. Totally outclassed St. Peter's tonight on the offensive end and on the defensive end. It was a total team effort. Paul, your thoughts?
So I'm going to kind of let the stats tell the story in this game, because I think that it shows what a difference a year makes. First of all, we had, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players score. Okay, 10 players actually scored in the game.
And but Paul, it was 5 and 5. We had 10 players play a good majority of the game.
That's right. We had 3 players in double figures. Okay, Payne had 11. Hines had 10. Simpkins had 10. Hines had 12. Simpkins had 10. Clark had 8. Fisher had 8. So we had a very balanced team. I was surprised that Coach Holloway, after the first time out, basically put in a whole new team.
Sub 5 in for 5. It was like a hockey substitute.
Yes, absolutely. And he tried that last year, and it was a disaster.
No,
He tried it this year, and it worked. But a couple of other things that are important. 5 for 15 from behind the 3-point line. Not bad compared to last year. 46% from the field. Decent. Free throws, 30 of 36 for 83%. I'll take that. 8 turnovers under 10 turnovers in the first game out. Meanwhile, we turned St. Peter's over 15 times. In the first half, I saw a stat that we had, I think, 8 or 9 turnovers, but they had led to 16 points. Okay, so you talk about defense turning your offense around. St. Peter's shot 27% from the floor, which is pretty good defense. 6 for 23 from 26% from 3-point line, which they hit a bunch early. So all of a sudden they stopped hitting threes and the game was over. So I'm very pleased with, this is going to sound silly, I'm very pleased at how well they played basketball, how well they moved the ball, how well they defended, how well they shot from the free throw line. And there was something, I'll leave one last thought. Last year, Donnie Marshall talked about how we did not pass. Seton Hall simply threw the ball from player to player. Clark, I think I counted 6 different times where Clark gave the ball to a teammate in perfect position to score. He threw a pass from the top of the key to, I believe, Payne underneath the basket, and Payne made a layup. He penetrated and dished a couple of times. Great ability to actually give the ball to players in situations where they were able to just easily score. Now, I think that I'm really enthusiastic. I'm enthusiastic because of how poorly last year went. We just beat the 11th best team in the MAC. So we have to do some level of, try to keep a little bit of the enthusiasm in check. But 8 turnovers in an opener, 83% from the foul line. We do that all year. We're going to be hard to beat. And we are certainly going to be fun to watch.
So here's just hopping on a couple things you said. Yes, fun to watch. And you're saying let's temper it because we beat a MAC team, St. Peter's. Last year we beat them by 4 points in a butt ugly game, 57-53. So night and day. Okay. And last year we didn't have a point guard. We have a point guard this year. We have a floor general. We have a big. Yes, let's temper it. It's St. Peter's. It's opening game. But you needed, right, Eli? You needed to blow this team out. And we did.
Yeah.
And we did it with did it with defense. We scored in transition. Eli, were you impressed about this squad tonight?
I was super impressed. Now, there's only one thing that I wish that I think could have gone better. I think that was the threes of the 3-point line. 5 for 15. I think that should have been a lot better by Seton Hall. And I think that has to improve for the next upcoming games because the opponents are just going to get tougher along the way. Again, you had a team like St. Peter's tonight, which was definitely tough. It was, a good test for them tonight. But the threes have to get better going forward. That's what's going to make or break the games going forward. And
I agree with you. And Paul and I have talked about this. And that was the question mark. This is not a great 3-point shooting team, but I've seen some potential out there tonight. But you have to understand, we need to score in transition. And that's what we did. Absolutely. We played up tempo, we trapped, we pressed, and that's how we got our points. So, and also, and you got to say this, and you know how I love Paul. Paul looked at all the stats, up and down, inside out, summer, ad nauseum.
He's our guy.
Stats, yeah. Right. And Paul's like, and I said this too, give myself a little credit. The one variable that stays fixed is free throw shooting, right? So if you move up from a mid-major to a major, maybe your 3 points are gonna go down. Maybe your defense, but your free throw shooting should stay exactly the same. Paul said this might be an 80% free throw shooting team. What did we shoot tonight? 83%?
83.
Yeah. So I know we have some people. Does Tom Eccles want to get in here, Eli? I see.
That was a comment. He said, my good friend Kelly Peanut suggested we start a GoFundMe page for Hines sophomore year.
Let me say this, and I Jeff, our good friend Jeff, if you're there, come on in. And I didn't want to get into this early, but Jeff had a great call on Hallline. Then he brought up those 3 initials that you're not allowed to say, and it was Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Have a good night, Jeff. So he brought up NIL, but now you got Tom Eccles saying, Of course, you got Hines. So now one game, but you got to keep Hines now, right? So you got to figure out a way if this kid blossoms. And this is just the reality. This isn't talking, inside baseball general manager stuff. But, right, NIL, Paul, it's important. You got to talk about it because Hines is, he's got potential off of one game. And you got to figure out a way to keep your players, especially your freshmen, because that's the thing down the road. That's the Marquette plan. That's how Marquette's so successful. Paul, what do you think about that with Hines and Tom's comments?
I think that it's a shame that in the first game of the season, we have to think about how to keep a guy and how to keep a guy for next year. But it's the reality. It's the reality of college basketball today. And, we have to see how the team goes. We have to see how we draw. It might be easier to raise that money. We're 25-3, and I don't want to get nuts, but if we're 25-3 in March, raising money to keep the Jai Hines around is going to be a little bit easier. But certainly, I think that he looks like a talent. If we want to talk about him a little bit, everybody's going to talk about the shot blocking. I was impressed with his rebounding. I was impressed with his physical. The guy that I saw in the AAU films had a little bit of a pot belly hanging over his stomach. This guy is lost. They're still talking about how he needs to get into better shape, but he looked much more athletic than he did over the summer. He had inside moves. He goes to the basket very strong. He's a guy that you can run an offense through. They did a lot of good things. They did a lot of interesting things. And Eli, to your point, the one thing I was encouraged about, two things I was encouraged about when it comes to three-pointers. Number one, they beat a zone without shooting over it. Most teams just, they'll shoot over a zone. They flashed Fisher across the lane. The zone would collapse. He would dish. They went inside against the zone. They had great ball movement against the zone. So it's been a long time since I've seen a team beat a zone without simply hitting threes and extending it. The other thing that I thought was encouraging, believe it or not, is that Nick's boy, Seton McCray, was 0 for 4 from three-point line. Now you say, he missed. He was 0 for 4. He kept shooting. Shooters keep shooting. And it very well may be that this is a guy who's going to shoot from the outside and he's going to fall into it. He didn't have a great shooting night, first night out. But, if he's a shooter, he's going to keep shooting and he's going to make some.
Yeah, and I think you'll absolutely get some opportunities, and there's plenty of opportunities left in the schedule. I mean, if you look at the upcoming schedule here, I'll try to get rid of the graphics real quick here. They have Monmouth coming up on back at the Rock. They have Fairfield coming up. They have a lot of great competition, a lot of great games ahead where, you can prove and make some magic happen. And these are definitely the games that they can get it done. And by the way, for everybody watching, we did send out on Facebook group for you guys to join in and call in if you have your take. Click on that link and you can come in on live on the show and you can give your thoughts, or you can feel free to comment and chat along on their chats, by the way. So feel free to do so.
Yeah, this isn't my show. This isn't Eli's show. This is your show. So hop in anytime you want. Feel
the link
free.
is open.
We're not Hall Line. You can talk NIL. You can talk anything you want. Yep. Almost anything.
Almost anything. Yeah, so
almost anything.
The link is available on Facebook. If you have any issues, reach out to us. But go ahead, click in it, and and
then Eli will let us know, and then we'll put you up, and we'll be good. Nicole, I gotta say, and hopefully we'll hear from the professor. The student section wasn't packed, but the students that we did have at the game were into it, and they were loud, and the whole atmosphere was just. It was a really, really good atmosphere. Haven't had that. DJ Wally, I don't, I love the guy. If I just saw, I love DJ to DJ from Millburn's own, but this guy from Hot 97 got the crowd moving. And it was just something about the atmosphere that I really, really liked. And they had some interesting challenges. You guys couldn't see it. You weren't at the game. Picture this, 2 mattresses side to side. Teams of 3 in a relay race. you belly flop onto the mattress, pushing the mattress down the court. This is a risk management person's nightmare. And then you run back and you do it again till you get the I mean, the crowd, say what you want. The crowd was into it and no one got hurt. Thank God. Yeah, Christina, great concept. Christina, hop on if you want. Ask a question. You were at the game.
We have Tom Eccles here as our first call in.
Hey, Tom.
You're on mute.
You're on mute. Yeah, you could just hit your audio. You got to hit allow with your mic.
Coach, you there?
He's working on it. You might have to clear on your app settings for Safari, wherever you're using the platform on, to allow the mic settings.
There he goes. Check him out when he comes back in the green room, and if he has it, then put him right back on. Yeah. So the atmosphere was raucous, and Eli, you know you're getting back to the 3-point shooting, but I'm telling you, this team. I mean, Paul? What's the key? If we hit 36 from 3, we'll be okay. This is not a huge strength of this team, but if we do okay and score points in transition and points in the paint, and Paul's right, we were rotating the ball inside the Hines and Paynes, and it was a thing of art, and they were going up strong. What do you think, Paul? What's the magic number that you want to see for 3-point shooting?
Well, you know, I'd like us to make 7 a game. Okay, like you know what I mean, like that. I'd like to see us make 7.
You want 21 points to come from the arc.
Yeah. Now, if it's 7, I'd rather have it be 7 for 18 than 7 for 24.
Right.
But if we're making 7, if we're making 21 points a game from beyond the arc, I think that'll keep the other teams honest.
That is fair.
And I think the other thing that I think is going to be very interesting is we saw Hines as an offensive force. We saw Payne as a very strong offensive player. And I saw Fisher throw a couple of passes from like the small forward position that set those guys up. If we're playing that kind of an inside game, other teams are going to have to defend it. And that's going to leave Clark and Seton, McCray, and Felton wide open for threes. And I think that they'll be more successful if they've got some space. But the last thing I wanted to say is Clark was 2 of 3 from behind the line. He is supposed to be a terrible 3-point shooter. He did not look like a terrible 3-point shooter tonight.
He picked his spots, and when the first one went up, I thought of you twice, Paul, with the free throw shooting, and when he took that 3, and I'm like, oh my God, Paul would be happy.
Well, I certainly was, and there's so many good things that happened in the game that I'm just keep rattling them off.
Go for it.
We said when we talked yesterday, when we had our pregame show last night, that it was okay for St. Peter's to hang around for a while. And it was, I believe, 30-24 at one point in the first half. They had cut it to 6. Then we scored 9 out of the next 12 points of the first half. And then we scored I think it was another 9 to, or I think it was a 12-3 run in the second half. So we outscored them 20-7 and went from being up 16 to being up 20 in that 8 minutes. That to me is the most important 8 minutes of the game. The last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half, those 8 minutes to me are the most important. Middle 8 is the most important point of the game, and that's when we played some of our best basketball. So we didn't play basketball well last season, and I didn't realize how poorly we played basketball until I saw this team.
And I want to go back to your point about the 3 points real quick. Yeah, I would say with your point, 7 is a good number. I would absolutely be fair with that. But I also don't want to see, even if it's lower, I don't really care. I just don't want to see guys like AJ, for example, go 0 for 4, and you have guys like Felton going 0 for 3. At least make one shot or try to limit your chances going for 3 points. Because at this point, You're wasting those minutes. You're those seconds, those precious seconds. You're wasting those shot opportunities that can easily be a drive that goes inside the paint that either can get fouled or come a 2-point shot.
But here's the thing, Eli. You need to take the 3-point shots to
You
open
do.
up the inside game. It has to be a balance. And you're right. That's not the strength of this squad. But
Absolutely.
if Stanton McCray can hit a couple, and if Bud Clark can hit a couple, and then they have to just respect it, then you become even more powerful inside. And Elijah Fisher, I said it before, I'll say it again, best player on the court. Just his athleticism, he Big East experience, coming out of DePaul. This kid is going to be special. And the other thing is, you could trap, you can press, and we committed a decent amount of fouls, right? But no one got in foul trouble because you're playing 10 guys. So that is impressive. And the other thing is, we wore them down by playing those 10 guys. We just wore them down. And then it was, you look up and all of a sudden you're up 25, game, set, match. And Bill Hathaway, if you're out there, we keep sending you the link. And there you go. And Tom Eccles, hop on back on. We'd love to hear from you guys. Jeff Kovac, if you're out there, come on. Nicole, what do you think about tonight's game? Did you think this was going to be the result?
I honestly don't know what I was expecting, to be quite honest. I turned on the game when I got home from running errands. It was the start of the second half. And from what I saw, I was actually pretty impressed. It was definitely not last year's team, that's for sure.
No, and I think that's the thing. And everybody says, and I think Eli said it, we're going to be better than last year. It's almost impossible not to be. But are we going to be good? And tonight we were good, right? Everyone agrees?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Even tonight when I was watching the broadcast, I don't remember which commentator was speaking, but they had said that this is not they said that Shaheen's team has a different. I forget exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a complete 360 from last season.
Oh yeah. Bobby Blackjack, he's saying errands are done pregame. And William says, I'm trying to log in. William, if you need any help, message me on Facebook.
Yeah, Bill, we only sent you the link 42 times. I mean, I don't even know. We love Bill, but Bill's, and we're not talking politics, but Bill's in election mode for tomorrow. So I think he was at a rally tonight in Montclair, not saying who the rally was for, but probably figure it out.
Hey, good for him, busy man.
Good.
And by the way, for everybody who's watching, feel free. You can join in the show. You can call in. You can join us live. We sent out the link. It's in our chats on Facebook and YouTube, and also on our Facebook page. Feel free to join us live. Give us any of your thoughts, your opinions, anything you want to say. Let us know. Your link is open. It's for you guys. It's free. No need.
And you can talk NIL.
Tom is back, and let's see if his audio works now. Tom, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Tom, what's up? My guy, the great Tom Eccles.
Hey, a couple things, Paul. Great job on going over the stats. The one thing that we didn't talk about was 28 points in the paint. 28 points in the paint. And I've been saying all postseason, I'm looking for a good improvement from Godswill, and we didn't have Godswill tonight. I think with Godswill and Hines and what Payne showed us tonight, I think we're going to be stacked in the paint. What we were looking as a weakness last year, and even in the offseason, I think that we're going to have a strength, especially coupled with the point guard, Bud Clark.
And Tom, Trey Parker came off, and Trey Parker played well at point, and so did Felton, right?
Yeah, and so did Felton. Yeah, and the other thing that struck me is that we didn't talk about it. I don't think it shows up in the stats, but I got this going on two screens. Hold on. I'm a boomer, okay? I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, you got it. That's why. That's why we got Eli on that to help us boomers.
Okay, so the other thing that really struck me about Bud Clark was his defense.
Right.
I mean, hang on there. I've got you guys on the TV, and I got you on my tablet.
Well, that's awesome. That's what everybody should be doing. Watch on their TV. A great show, of course.
Well, how many steals did Clark have?
Okay,
I don't
Clark-
have that right in front of me. I know the team had 9 steals. I think he had 2, maybe 3.
Clark had 1.
Oh, just
Okay.
one. The
Hey,
steal
but listen.
he had though was right under the basket, and he put it back up for a deuce.
But this
Right.
this is fascinating. Clark had 1. Payne had 2. Williams had 2. Fisher had 1. Seton McCray had 2, and Hines had 1. Now, there were a couple of plays where one of the guards poked the ball away, and the big man picked it up. I think the big man gets credit for that steal. So I know that there was a steal by Payne and a steal by Hines that were really the guard's defensive play, and then the bigs, picked up the loose ball and turned it the other way. But to your point, Tom, what I thought was true, and I haven't seen the number for the final game, but they had 16 points off turnovers in the first half.
Yep.
Yep.
Because they pressed and they played up tempo, which is what I don't know if you heard me, Tom. This is what Shaw wanted all along. This was his blueprint. 10 guys. And the one thing I didn't see, Tom, and do you think we will see Payne and Hines playing together?
I certainly think it's possible. It's not like they're different players. I think Hines is more of as they've been calling him, the baby Shaq. And I think Payne is more of what you would consider a conventional stretch 4.
Right.
So I could definitely see those two playing together. I could see Godswill and Payne playing together. What I don't think I could see is Godswill and Hines on the court at the same. But who knows?
Good point. Yeah.
But who knows?
I think
what else
Payne is more athletic than Godswill.
Yeah.
He runs the court a little better.
But you know what really struck me? Sometimes it's the little things, and my good friend, as you know, Paul's favorite coach up there in Connecticut, Gino. I've heard Gino say when he scouts up there, he doesn't necessarily always look on the court. He looks at the interaction that the players have on the bench.
That's right.
The kid who really struck me tonight as being a spark plug and getting like zilch playtime is this David Gabriel. I mean, He is the first one off of that bench. I know he's best friends with Godswill, and he really seems to be getting along with Mr. Hines. So that was one of the parts of the game that it just did my heart good to see David Gabriel not only get into the game, but to see him coming off the bench and just being a cheerleader. And he's really a part of that team. I think he's probably a huge help in practice. He knows Shaw, and he's a senior. So God bless that kid.
I could see David Gabriel getting into coaching, can't you?
Yeah.
Like be a some type of Dobo or graduate or something. I could 100% see that happening.
Who knows? Maybe he can follow in Stack Monster Jr.'s footsteps,
So one of the other things I wanted to throw out, we haven't talked about the rebounding. And while we were talking, I kind of took a look at the numbers. Now, last year we got out rebounded by St. Peter's, and this year we out rebounded them 35-32. But what I'm amazed about is, Hines got 9 rebounds, great. But Fisher got 6. McCray had 6. Parker had 3. Dar had 2. Like, they were getting boards from everybody, not just the big men. The guards hit the boards. I was very impressed at how they went to the boards, how they went to both the offensive and defensive glass. And rebound, they got 11 offensive rebounds. Rebounding to me is all about effort. And when you've got people like Trey Parker and AJ Staten McCray getting an offensive rebound and putting it up, you've got a team that's crashing the boards, and that is another thing that's I think going to be very, very helpful for us.
Well, first, Paul, and I wanted to say your guy Dar played well, and his athleticism very impressed me a lot tonight. So I was
He's supposed to be
by
terrible
Dar.
defensively. He didn't look terrible defensively tonight.
Yeah, I thought Dar on the offensive end was solid.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys if I can figure out how to sign off. Thanks for having me on.
Tom, thank you for allowing us to do this. And
stop.
No, Tom, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for your blessing. So I just want to say thank you again.
Hey, thanks for being our first caller too. It means a lot to all of us.
Well, we have another caller, but he can't get on. I mean,
Nicole's always
Bill, if you're out there, just follow the link.
Nicole's always asking me, can I do this and I can do that? I said, yes. I have confidence in you.
Eli, thank you.
Nicole.
Tom, have a good night. Thank you, my guy.
Take it
Thanks,
easy.
Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Paul, Eli, put up the question from Nick Jr.
Yep. Even though this team is a different team, it seems like they're really playing to rewrite the script from last year.
That's a great point. I think that's the theme that we're all saying, right? Like, I think it starts with the coach. I think the coach wants to rewrite the script. What do we got? Well, wait.
You got Stack Monster here.
Get in here.
Yeah.
Get in here.
The link is on Facebook. It's in the chat. Just click on the link. Come on in. Come talk with us. Come on in.
Stack Monster. I sent it to him. It's on here. Oh my God.
It's in the YouTube chat. It's in the link. It should be a link right on the YouTube chat. Just click on it if you can't see it. And if you need help, DM one of us. We can help you out. And by the way, anybody, feel free to join the show live.
That's why we have Eli. Not only is his knowledge is going up and up, his technical stuff is beyond it. So guys, take advantage of it, please. That's the
Glenn, I'm gonna send it to you.
You're sending it to Bill, or you're sending it to Stack Monster?
I'm gonna try to send it to Stack Monster.
Yeah,
okay.
and
I gotta hear
him.
I gotta hear Stack Monster. Yeah. So gonna give
it the old college try. All right, I can't wait for this one.
These are college.
Oh, I know.
When he comes on, let's all just pretend that we can't. Our microphones are all off. So when he's talking, we just to see how he responds. And somebody has to tell Coach Holloway that he should not be involved in the trap. There was a play where Parker and Clark were trapping in front of the Seton Hall bench, and Coach Holloway standing behind him, and he's got his hands up, and he looked like he was part of the triple team. Like, you got to be careful, Coach.
Well, you got to remember, like Shaw's very animated on the sidelines, right? And he was getting into it. And I can't emphasize enough that I saw right away, I knew this team was going to be different. Like we said, we saw the trapping, we saw the pressing, and it was just the points in transition. Do you have the stat? Did you see points in transition? Was that on there?
I don't have that.
Bobby will have that on the official game. But Parker off the bench was impressive. I thought it was like an all-around great night, a great team effort. We have more. Nick Jr. wants to get on.
Sorry, I do have
Nick Jr. Nick Jr. and everybody wants to get on. Just use the link, guys. And if you need help, let us know again in the chat or DM us, and we'll be happy to get you on. Just use the link and follow the steps, and you can get right on, and we'll get you through.
I do have.
We have Nick Jr. here.
All right.
I figured I'd call on behalf.
Hey, what's up? Go for
Go.
Nicole's night. Go on.
I figured I'd call on behalf of the fan of the game.
What's up, Nick? What do you got?
No, I just thought like I was sitting next to Brielle and a point I brought up is I don't think we beat anyone by this type of score last year. Period. So yeah, you have to put it in perspective and remember it's St. Peter's, it's non-conference, but I mean, it's really exciting. And then you saw the energy, like when the players were walking off, like after what we've been through last year. And I know it's like just watching basketball, but we deserve something like this. So I don't know. I don't think overreacting in this situation is a bad thing. I'm all for the overreacting, but yeah, it's all positive.
I just want to say one thing. Stack Monster, I know you're in the window. We'll get you in very soon.
Yeah, let's let Nick go a little bit longer,
Yep.
and then we'll get Stack.
No,
Monster.
I'll be like a
No.
minute, but that's just what I wanted to say. And the point I made about like the team playing to kind of rewrite, like there is that chip on the shoulder, and I feel like Shaw's team plays the best when there is that chip on the shoulder, and especially after last year, like people are gonna totally look by this team, and you just got to keep playing, and I mean, so far so good, but there's definitely a narrative to rewrite.
Nick, what do you think about the game day atmosphere in the place? It was a decent crowd, right? It wasn't a great crowd.
It's hard because you like, I mean, the crowd wasn't great for a season opener, but also it's like you have to kind of regain that trust that maybe they lost last year. Like it was tough. It was even tough for us to go to games. Like that's just the reality of it. It's hard to go on a Wednesday night when you're playing a Big East team and you're not going to be competitive. So I think it's gonna take some like online kind of vibes and just positivity for this team to really gain that following. But I thought it was good energy. I feel like a lot of even like under the first media, people were standing up because it's like we haven't seen this, and it's a fan base that wants to see this, and a fan base that will follow this team regardless of how many wins we have. So seeing something like this today, I think, is hopefully the beginning of things to come. But I think their job for the non-conference for these games just has to be to, have a commanding lead and hold on to it. And I know they have a few games before they really like have some tests, but I mean, so far so good.
Thanks,
so
Nick. Appreciate it. Paul, make a comment on Nick's, and then we'll get the Stack Monster.
Yeah, just to your point, you talked about how they want to change the narrative. I think there's something that we need to remember. None of these guys were here last year.
Nope.
They're taking all the heat and all the criticism for a bunch of other players that are in mid-majors now.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's got to be frustrating, right? They're taking heat for Seton Hall's last season when they had nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
And so, to your point, I think they really want to come out and say, "Hey, look, that wasn't us." The guys who wore the blue uniforms last year is not this set of players, and stop judging us based on last year because we're not those guys.
And it's unfair because this team was picked to finish last, and no one knew anything about this team. They just based it off of last year and the unknown. But this team, the way they're played today, and it's early, is not playing like a last place team. But we'll see as the season goes on. But
even from when they were going to support the women's basketball team last was whenever the game was. I saw the post on Instagram. They look like such a fun group of guys. Like it's very refreshing.
It's the little things. But
it's the new vibe, new atmosphere.
Exactly.
And Nicole, the women were here tonight supporting the men.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
that's awesome. Hopefully they show the same support tomorrow. They got the game versus the Peacocks again.
Yeah, no, exactly.
All right, well, have a good night, everyone.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. Good luck to your mom tomorrow.
All right, and now we got the Stack Monster.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Stack Monster here. I'm ready for bed. I turn into a pumpkin at 11 o'clock. I gotta be connected by 11 so I can get my 100 score on my CPAP on my Air Max CPAP machine, whatever the heck it's called. How you guys doing out there? Oh, we gotta win.
My God.
Glenn, you need oxygen.
What's going on out there, guys? Sorry I haven't been able to join, but Stack Monster needs his sleep. I'm an old man now. I'm not as old as Nick and Tom, but I'm
You
I'm
are
trying to
not
catch up.
old.
Stack Monster, let me ask you this. So Stack Monster before the game is trying to get everybody into it, and he's always upbeat. What are your thoughts about tonight, Stack Monster, Glenn?
It was fun. Yeah. Don't ask me for analysis because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I know how to have a good time. If you want X's and O's, talk to Stack Monster Jr. He's the coach, the up and comer, the new coach, the new wave. But me, I'm just a happy-go-lucky guy. Look at this too. How you like me now, huh? I'm a teenager now. Now I look like a teenager because Mrs. Stack Monster says I act like a teenager, so I don't care. And look, I got these cool little. Look at these. These are for getting the stuff out of my teeth. You know what I mean? Because I can't just floss like I normally would. But anyway, I digress. What did I think about today? Well, Nick, I know you were there. I don't know how many other people were at the meet and greet for the season ticket holders. But Nick, you saw that athleticism during that practice and during that scrimmage, and Nick probably talked to Coach, but I got a chance to talk to Coach for a little bit at the end. He said he knew me. How is that possible?
Everyone knows you.
It
You're
was
kind of hard
cool.
not to know.
Yeah, well, there's a long line of people trying to not know me, but anyway, that's another story for another time. But honestly, seriously though, if I can be serious, it was fun. You could tell that they were athletic. You could tell the competition. I don't know if any of you listened to the post-game show, but I was listening to the post-game show with Gary Cohen when he interviews Coach Shaw. And last year it was just like, Coach Shaw didn't even want to be interviewed. You could tell he was depressed. He was, for rightly so. It was a tough season. But he was a little more upbeat tonight, although he said he hasn't slept in a couple of days. So, Shaw, if you need any help sleeping, you got to get one of these. Oh. Is it just my ego? Or do I look kind of sexy? I don't know. Anyway.
All right. Before Stack Monster, thank you for coming on. Love you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Get to
Thank
sleep
you,
now.
Stack
You are. We love you. We appreciate what you are and who you are. Thank you so much.
By the way, Nick, enjoy that ball. Are you gonna sleep with that ball tonight? It'll be tres pelotas tonight. Anyway, you can figure that one out for yourselves.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night, and
Have a good
safe.
night.
God bless.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh man, you
That
gotta
woke me
love
up.
his. You gotta love his enthusiasm.
The energy
We
is
should just-
awesome.
We should just sign off. Nothing's going to be better than that.
That woke me up.
Yeah.
Guys, we're at not that I keep track of these things, but we're close to 500 views already.
That's wild.
Oh yeah, we
that
got a lot of
never-
views in. But yeah.
Yeah, that never. Yeah. So
the
anybody
next
else?
game is Friday
I'm trying to get Kovac on. Anybody else out there? Eli put the link in the box. You want to ask questions? Feel free.
So the
Eli,
next game.
Anything else you want to talk about tonight's game?
Yeah, unless we get another call within the next few minutes. The next game is gonna be Wagner on Friday. That's at Walsh Gym. Another big test for the Seton Hall Pirates here. What's got to change for the Seton Hall team, or what's got to stay the same for the next one?
Well, let me just say this, Paul. What's the deal with Wagner? Is Copeland still our coach, or is he suspended?
I'll have to take a look. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet, Nick.
So, Eli, one of our former players, Donald Copeland, who was an assistant, went to Wagner, and there was something that happened, and I'm not sure, there was some controversy, and I know they suspended him, and I don't know who their coach is now, but Coach Lynch, who was on that staff, who was here as a Dobo, director of basketball operations, is now back as a Dobo, and it's nice to see him on the bench. So, yeah, Wagner, I think we same intensity. We have to come out and play really hard. And, yeah, Bobby, what are your thoughts about tonight?
Hold on. What's going on, people?
Yeah, no problem.
No,
You
this is great. People are digging
You missed it. We
This
finally
whole
got Stack
concept is
Monster.
really good. Wait.
Is
Eli,
Stack
read the
Monster's,
question from
microphone
Harry
work?
Driver.
Yeah, it was working great. He was energetic and everything.
Yeah, no,
Just
we
keep
got
that
him. He was
machine
good.
on.
He took it to him. You can only take him in a certain dose, but we got the right dose.
Yeah. We had Gary.
Right,
He
read
says,
the
"Hey
question
guys."
from Gary.
Yeah, he says, "Hey guys, which nickname for Hines do you guys prefer, Baby Shaq or Duncan Hines?"
Oh, Duncan
Duncan
Hines.
Hines.
Duncan
Duncan
Hines.
Gary, I don't
Hines
know
is
if
much
you
better.
remember. I don't know if you're a local guy, but Montclair High School had Greg Robinson, who ended up going to Virginia and was on a team with Ralph Sampson. And they had another guy named Greg Duncan Hines. So, yeah, absolutely. Paul, Duncan or Baby Shaq?
I like Duncan Hines. Baby Shaq is too much heat to put on a freshman.
Yeah.
Not to make a joke, but Duncan Hines is literally cake mix too, so that's a way to remember it.
There you go.
And I've got
Eli, what does
I got
Bill
an
have
answer to
say?
your
Bill
Copeland
says-
question.
Bill says, "So here are my stats. Hines had 12 points and 9 rebounds and 6 blocks." And you have Sam also joining us as well.
Hi.
Professor, I got to ask you a question. Were you in the student section tonight?
I was for like maybe 10 minutes because that's when
10
I got my
minutes.
seats.
Wait, because what?
Because I emailed the box office and I was like, "Can I get tickets?" And they just gave me student section seats.
So you could theoretically were sitting with someone who was your student.
Oh, I saw my students.
Oh my God.
Oh no,
So
that's,
my
that's
friend
trouble.
was
Oh
like,
no.
At least you got a T-shirt out of the deal, though.
no, my friend was like, "Let's go crazy. Let's go nuts." I go, "No, my students are here." She's like, "You're such a Debbie Downer." I go, "I literally see my students." So then I was like, "If you want me to go crazy and nuts, I'm going to another section." So we went to another section and then I went crazy and I got on the screen and we were happy.
How would you describe the atmosphere in the student section?
First of all, when we were students, Nicole, every game it was packed. And they
Yeah.
also like changed. Like, remember, Nicole? Remember, like, you went to the game one time and saved those like front row seats. All the
Yes.
cheerleaders are there now. You can't even get like on court seats anymore.
They used to
And
sit
you
on the
can't even
floor.
get like those 3 rows because all the cheerleaders are there. It's only on one
Interesting.
side. Plus, none of them want to be on the Jumbotron. None of them have school spirit. Like, they're not even in, like, they were literally hiding their faces when they were on the Jumbotron.
But Sam, it's one game. It's one game and they're freshmen.
No.
No?
It was like that when I went last year too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's the Coldplay effect, but you know that doesn't play.
That-
into the last-
That's a fair point, Bobby.
I just like think that like because we don't have like big players anymore, like Miles Powell or Mamu, they're just not as into it.
No, we got a big player now. We have our next great big player,
Who?
Hines.
Hines.
Sam, what do you think about the play of Hines tonight?
Honestly, I don't pay attention to numbers. I just am like, you go.
She's
like,
me.
Go.
She's literally me.
He had the blocks. I think he had a T-shirt under his jersey. He had a
I
headband.
saw you on the
maybe.
screen. That's what I noticed.
I mean,
All right,
everybody
let's-
saw that one. That was a obvious one, but
Eli, what does Mr. Dreyfus have to say?
he says, "I agree with Duncan Hines. I think it was smart for Shot to take Hines out with 12-9. Don't want to get to give him a big head with a double-double in game 1."
By
Gary.
the way, real quick, I cannot remember the last time Coach Shaw or even Willard brought out a freshman for the post-game presser, and Hines was there.
Ooh.
Was he poised?
He was a little quiet. I mean, he was poised, a little quiet. You know, you're a freshman. You know, at least someone commented they didn't realize how quiet he was. But he's a freshman. He just graduated high school like Eli a few months ago, and there he is. On the main stage of the Prue Center.
Well, Eli's
But-
pretty poised. Eli's pretty poised for a freshman.
Well, I gave him that
Yeah.
gravitas.
But
No, what I want to say is a few of the press started comparing him already to Angel Delgado, which might be a little premature, but
No, way
not
too
far off.
premature.
No.
Way too
Not yet.
premature.
Premature.
Way too premature, yes.
But what I said is his shot blocking potential, if he stays here a while, he could break Iko Biagu's record.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed this. Now, I heard you guys. Had the show on the way back down Route 21. There was a play. I believe it was the freshman Parker who dished it off to somebody underneath for the big basket. Everybody went nuts in the second quarter
That
of the
was
second
kind
half.
of like the final nail in the coffin. That play.
Yeah, it was something. Yeah, it was something that he did. Everybody went nuts for, but I don't know if anybody noticed this. St. Peter's got the ball out pretty quick and started heading down the court, almost in a fast break. But as soon as Hines was sitting there in the middle, they changed their mind, and that's
Exactly.
what you have. That's what we
Yeah.
haven't seen since Gill and Ike, and you know, yeah, they're gonna block shots, right? But they're also going to alter the offense because they want nothing to do with him on an isolation 1-on-1 driving to the basket when he's sitting there ready to swat their ass, you know.
Bobby, at the press conference, did they mention, and it's just maybe me, did they and Tom Eccles, Eli, read what Tom just said?
Yeah, Copeland is still suspended, and Ken Palm list Wagner coach as unknown.
Wow.
Paul, were you gonna say something about that?
Yes.
Wait, Wagner, the school,
Yes.
their coach
A
is
big-
unknown.
Well,
So-
Sam, they had a coach named Copeland who was one of our assistants, and there was
One of our star players too.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit of a scandal, something about being hard on players, and I know he got suspended, and I didn't know if they unsuspended him, if that's a word, or if what was going on. And Tom Eccles said the Wagner coach is listed as unknown, which is kind of bizarre.
So this is from the Wagner.
Wow.
This is from the Wagner Athletics webpage. Okay, Staten Island, New York. This is dated October 28th. Dwan McMillan has been named interim head coach of Wagner College's men's basketball team as the Seahawks begin the 2025-26 season. Then he was an assistant coach, Fordham, blah, 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 blah. Donald Copeland remains the head men's basketball coach at Wagner College. So apparently they're keeping Copeland on the payroll. I guess they can't get rid of him yet. But it looks like McMillan, this guy Dwan McMillan, who came over from Fordham, is going to be coaching the team.
Right, because I guess they got to do due process with Copeland.
Yes.
And I could probably send out a quick off the record email. Seton Hall's own Richard Behan is the athletic director for communications for Wagner. So,
And he was their bowling coach.
And so, by the way, Wagner opened up tonight against Virginia Commonwealth, who is essentially, even though they're an A10 team, they consider themselves to be a Power 5 team, and they lost 103-74.
There you go.
So not the best kickoff to Wagner, who's going to be playing us in their next game.
I got a question for Bobby. At the press conference, did they mention where Coach Whalen was? I texted.
No, yeah, you texted me. I didn't see him there. No mention of that. And I don't know. I don't know who we can ask about that, but
I just hope he's a friend, so I'm just hoping he's okay. Probably.
also mentioned. I heard you guys mention about God's will. Coach mentioned he'll be reevaluated on Friday to see if he can get back on the court for Friday night's game.
I know Shaw. It takes a lot to please Shaw. What were his comments about tonight's game?
He was happy. He was very happy. I mean, you could tell, especially towards the end of the first half, start of the second half, when we started pulling away, that I had a feeling like, this is the kind of team he was wanted, right? This is a team he wanted last year, but the pieces weren't the right
Bobby,
fit.
you were saying exactly what I said, right? He wanted 10 guys, interchangeable, running, pressing, the whole
I asked
thing.
him a question during the presser. I go, Coach, I saw some very unselfish basketball out there. Is this what we should expect the whole season? He goes, yeah, I sure hope so. But yeah, if you look at the stat sheet, again, I know Will has it too, the final stat sheet, I mean, we're pretty well-rounded here. All 10 players scored. Nobody scored less than 4, I don't believe.
Paul said that.
And that was Felton, who didn't play that much.
Bobby, how many points did we score in transition?
Hold on.
We scored 10.
By the way, now I'm an old school guy, kind of like Paul and Nick from Milburn. Baseball drives me nuts for all these new metrics, right? But
Right.
now in basketball they got the plus minus. What that is, I got no friggin' idea. Give me rebounds,
Okay.
give me points, give me turnovers,
No,
give me
plus
assists.
minus. No. Plus minus is a key stat, and I've been saying that for years. It's like a hockey plus minus. When you're
Now
on
here's our plus minus for the game.
Okay, give me it.
Adam Bud Clark, 24.
There you go.
Najai Hines, 21.
Right,
TJ Simpkins, 18.
right.
Mike Williams III, 17.
Wow.
Stephon Payne, 11. Even AJ, our buddy AJ, the tennis player, 9.
Tennis player.
Trey Parker as the freshman, 7. Jaheim Felton, 11. The only -5, Gabriel and our big guy got in, Asane.
Speaking about impressive plus minus, you just made me go look at the women's Jefferson game. Jada Eads plus 34. Is that insane? Jada Eads and Messiah Hunter plus 34. And I'm
I
not
believe
going to
it,
say
yeah.
the girl's name on Jefferson. There was a girl on Jefferson minus 38.
That's usually my plus minus when I play.
Bobby, can you take
Also my golf strokes too.
Bobby, can you take a look at the minutes for us and just tell us, how the minutes broke down? Did anybody play more than 30?
Yeah. All right. Payne, 17.5. Bud Clark, 25. AJ, 23. Elia, 21.5. Mike Williams, 21 and 15. Jacob Darr, 18 over 18 minutes. TJ Simpkins, 18, a little over 18 minutes. Parker, 17.5. Felton, 14 minutes. And Najai Hines, 21. Blackjack.
So it was balanced.
So nobody
right?
played
It
more
was
than
totally,
25.
Totally balanced.
No.
Yes.
Bobby,
And I like Trey Parker as a potential backup point guard, too.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying that for weeks. Bobby, can you send Bill a link? Bill's been trying to get on for the last hour.
I sent him the link.
9 times. Oh, God.
Sam, while you're still here, how is Flagman?
He
Oh, my
honestly
God. That
was-
was the worst part of the night.
Yeah, like he could have been better. Like I didn't even feel like enthusiasm coming from him.
Guys, I have been saying this, and people said I was old. I'm old, and I am old, but the Flagman thing has run its course.
The flag fell into the cheerleader lineup.
Yeah. It's gonna
that's
gonna
not
kill
good.
Father John. It's gonna hurt. I mean, that flag.
I didn't see Father John. I
Father
wanted to
John
see
was
He's at
there.
every game. He's at every game.
I know.
By the
I
way,
didn't
what a
see
spread
him.
tonight for the buffet. Top notch.
Oh, I actually got. It was Chinese food at the one buffet.
It was
great.
Chinese and Indian food.
Oh, it was just
wow.
on mine. It
Wow.
was just Chinese. So it was great. It was a great night all together. A lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, there's Bill again. 9 steals as a team. Paul said that an hour ago.
They Bill alone.
We
I
love
just
Bill.
think the student section could be more engaged than they are.
Well, not
And
for
more
anything.
students should
There
be there.
weren't a lot of students. The ones that were there were engaged, but there weren't a lot of them.
I think there's 2 things you got to look at when it comes to the student section. Number one, Seton Hall gives a lot of homework and a lot of work to do, so the students are already exhausted as it is. There's still the fall sports still happening. There's still soccer in progress. There's still practice being done. I believe volleyball is still playing, if I'm not mistaken. So they're still practicing and still doing their thing. And here's William now. And no, I don't know. I guess people just don't want to go to the Rock. I guess there's a difference between the Rock and Walsh Gym. Walsh Gym is convenient if you're dorming.
Yep.
The Rock, it's a little out
Yeah,
of your
but
way.
they don't go to Walsh Gym
but
either
they
for
get
the women,
bused.
which
They
is even.
don't.
But Eli, just win and they will come. Just win and they'll come.
By the way,
Yep.
parking $30 tonight. It went up $5 from last year.
Oh,
Damn.
I can't
Parking
imagine.
was 30. Yeah.
Wait,
Hey,
the
Bill.
lot
The
I
people a couple blocks down?
guys, the lot I find is 25.
Yeah, there's like a big lot. I think I don't know if that changed, but by the parking garage, I think.
Yeah, the
Lafayette.
lot, the lot. Forgot the street, but on.
Yeah, I think it's Lafayette or something. It has like 25
Yeah,
bucks
right
parking,
off
yeah.
of
Oh, the
Lafayette,
Hyundai deck.
It's but I mean $5.
No, not the Hyundai deck.
$5.
No, it's I gotta look at the street now.
I park
But
right across
anyway-
from the press entrance. I'm in and out quickly. So
Oh yeah,
Bill, we got Bill finally is in. Bill, your thoughts on tonight's game?
How you doing? What's happening, Nick?
Good,
How you
what's
been,
up?
man? No,
I
you know,
How you
love
doing? How you
Bill.
doing?
Tell us what you
I
what do you
was
think
still having
about
some
tonight's
issues.
game?
I thought Seton Hall played a well game. They have a lot of intensity. A lot of chemistry. I thought they played a well game tonight,
What
and
about
you're going
all
to
the
see a
new
lot of
players? Who impressed you
Bud
tonight,
Clark.
Bill? Who impressed you?
So I like Bud Clark. A lot of chemistry. You know, um, a lot of defense. They played well tonight, Nick,
Yeah,
and
I'm
they had
far
a
more
lot of.
excited than I was last night, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm far more excited for the season than I was 24 hours ago.
I'm excited about this season, but it all comes down to our next game. I want to see if they play just as better as they did tonight. Or are they going to play a little worse? They're going to be a little
Like
better.
like
The
like
same.
like
That's what I
like
want to
like
see.
I like I was going to the comments. I said Najee Hines from Plainfield had 12 points, 9 rebounds. Baby Shaq, I call him, 6 blocks. T.J. Simpkins had another 10. Stephon Payne had 11 points, 3 rebounds forward. The team had a total of only 8 turnovers, and free throws were 30 of 36. Field goal percentage, the field goals was 21 of 45, 9 steals as a team. Points from turnovers 23, and Seton Hall out rebounded St. Peter's 35-32. I think it was a well balanced team effort win, and I think a lot of intensity. The crowd basically helped them out. The student section, and it was an overall good win. And basically, they're a more athletic team than last year. Hines is a big guy, with will be a key player in this year's team. And Seton Hall has a bench where they can substitute at any given time and any given day of a game.
And you don't see anyone. And I think what Coach Tom Eckel said, guys were rooting for each other. So a lot
Yeah.
of times when guys playing 18 minutes and maybe thinks
Other
he
way
could be
around.
playing more. I mean, that's encouraging. They seem like they really have that team concept down, and
But
winning breeds that.
Bud Clark, in a quote, Bud Clark said, "We like playing with each other. We cause a lot of havoc." Head coach Shaheen Holloway says he's one of the guys, practices every day. I like what I see. He was talking about Najee Hines. He's an old school big guy. So that's some of the quotes that I took down as covering the game tonight. And I think Shaheen said we want to win the turnovers. I asked him about the turnovers. Seton Hall had only a total of 8 turnovers, and he agreed that they must limit the turnovers in each of the games to keep it to a certain level.
That was a great question, and that's what Gary Dreyfus said. Only 8 turnovers, and when you're playing up tempo, you tend to make more turnovers, right? Because you have the ball more possessions. Last year, you didn't.
Absolutely.
So, but Bobby and William, did you guys end up sitting where you thought you were? I know you guys were talking. Did you have your same seats as last year?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
right in the front. You saw
So
me. I was right there.
you guys are
Yep.
happy with your placement?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I just can't look at my phone too much. I might get a ball to my head.
We gotta
But
keep
no,
your eye
I
on.
think it was a great atmosphere for the first game. Could have been more, but like you said, early in the season, yeah, it's still fall. It's still, maybe there's a Halloween hangover,
Maybe
a
they're
lot of
Cowboy
homework, like
fans.
like Eli said. I think they're going to come now. The people are going to. I think the word's going to get the buzz going to go out. We have we have a new center that swats the ball like Shaq. So that's going to only help
I think
build
I
our
think
audience.
I think what happened was tonight. I think they had a lot of chemistry. They were playing with each other. They, like Bud Clark said, we're going to cause havoc, and this team will be causing havoc if they keep the chemistry going for each of the games. It depends on which team they're playing, and the chemistry. It's always a good chemistry to keep the same rotation in. I don't know if Shaheen is going to keep the same rotation in every game, but I think he should. Just to level off some of the bench players. Like Bobby said, everybody played by committee tonight. They played, each of the players had points. and it was a solidarity win for Seton Hall. I felt good, being there covering the team, and I think the team's going to go further than you think they are.
You know what? Next couple of
But
games, we just gotta build our, keep building our chemistry, keep building our playmakers. We have 3 players who are out tonight, so they gotta somehow find their niche in this rotation. And I'll tell you what's hard. What's gonna be very hard. It's hard enough when you go to scout a team and there's a few good players. When you have 10, 11 players that are all playing consistently, that's not easy to scout. That's not easy to prepare for.
No, and they wear you down, right? That's what happened today. They just wore them down.
yeah,
They're
I
like
think
right from the start. They were stealing the ball. They were diving for rebounds. They were playing hard right from the whistle. That's what I love to see.
yeah, like Bobby said, they're playing a lot of chemistry. That they limited the turnovers to 8 only turnovers. Like last year, Seton Hall would get basically, I think Bobby would have got an average 11, 12, 13 turnovers a game. But
And last year, think about it. We didn't really have a true center,
no,
right? We could have 3 now. Maybe 4. Who knows?
And last year we didn't have a true point guard, and we
Nope.
could have 2 or 3. So it's a totally different team. Let me just change subjects real quick because I was talking to Nico, our guy Nico from Pirate Blue, before the game.
Real quick,
Nicole, the bricks are up.
Real quick, Nick. Sam has to teach tomorrow.
All right, Sam. Any final thoughts?
Sam, would you grade our performance today? You're the professor. What's our grade?
My grade of the game.
Yes.
I mean, also it was an easy game because we were really ahead in the running for a majority of the game. But I kind of like the games where there is a little bit more back and forth and the score is maybe closer because it's more engaging.
That's awesome.
Sam, have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good
Sam.
night, everyone.
Sam, dude, come on anytime you want. You're great.
Oh no, I will come on. I'm just exhausted and I have to teach in the morning.
All right. Anytime you want, come on.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Take care, Sam.
Bye,
Good
Sam.
night.
Take care.
By the way,
Night,
Nick, I from across the court, I saw Duncan Nick Morgan. He was there playing his horn.
Yes, he was there.
Was she with him?
Who?
Whatever
Don't
her
start
name
rumors.
is.
Don't start rumors.
Coming on our
Let's not start rumors. Poor kid.
We don't have that time for that. I know Paul wanted to get to some Big East standings from around the league. Right now, Villanova is at the second half. They're down 44-32 versus BYU.
Good.
UConn won, no surprise. They beat 79-55 to New Haven. St. John's won big against Quinnipiac, 108-74. Georgetown won 87-70. Xavier 66-62. They get the victory. Providence 89-79. Marquette won 80-53, and DePaul 92-62. Majority of the Big East right now has a win. Villanova trying to pull one off. They got 17 minutes left to try to do so.
Give them credit. They had the hardest game of the bunch. Give them some credit, right?
They do.
Well, they only had they're the ones with the real competition of the bunch. But I just want to go back to a point I was making for those that are going Friday, they will have a beer truck, right? At Walsh, first time ever, beer garden before the game. Yeah.
That's going to get out of hand. Good luck, security.
Well, I'm excited. And the bricks, the Gizzy bricks are out.
Yeah.
I want to go check them out.
Well, guess what? I found out from a good friend of my sister's that the Gizzy family brick is right next to the Bozella family brick.
Was that planned?
Yeah, it was a picture. It was a picture. Someone posted that today.
Yeah, I think I could get those pictures up in a second.
Anybody want to guess how many bricks there are? They sold? Pretty good number.
But 120.
750 bricks.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my.
And what were they like? They were like $250 a brick.
Yeah. Well, unless you bought the more expensive option.
Yeah. I have 2 bricks here. I know Nicole has like 5. The Facebook page bought a brick. Let's see the pictures.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll be right with you.
No, Eli,
Gotta
take
get
your
every-
time. You're awesome.
Also, can we congratulate Elijah? We gave him the title of group expert.
All right.
Outstanding.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
Great job,
Elijah.
Elijah.
Wait a minute.
Appreciate it.
I love him to death, but I mean, we could play a little trivia here right now for group expert.
He's
Romero?
group
I'm not even
technical
gonna go
expert.
there.
How's that
I'm
sound?
Yeah, he's the group
Technical expert. There we go. Good answer. Technical
If you
expert.
ever make Stack Monster group expert, I might that might be it. Bill Hathaway deserves.
No,
group expert.
he's a moderator.
Who? Bill Hathaway?
No, Stack Monster.
Just not a group expert, please.
No, he's not.
By
He's
the way, the absolute kiss of death from Nick from Melbourne is the phrase, I love him to death. As soon as you hear that, you know
You're
something
done. You're
terrible
done.
is coming
I'm
after
killing
that.
you.
That's it.
Or-
They're
or-
killing
or-
you.
Elijah, I have two
respect.
more pictures coming.
Yep, said that to me.
And I'm sorry,
but if
folks,
you
I'm going to have to sign off. I actually have to go to work tomorrow morning. Great win for Seton
Yeah,
Hall.
that's cool too.
Be very happy to see what happens with Wagner and their interim coach. They're picked 7th in the conference that doesn't have a name. It just has initials now, which I think is interesting. And the NEC no longer stands for anything, so it's just the NEC.
Neck.
And the neck.
The
So,
Gizzy family.
There you
And
go.
look who's
Sad.
right next to it. Isn't that
So that-
wild? I had no idea.
Wait, but
So-
why do you have 27? You're presuming.
My sister.
But you're presuming.
She's gonna graduate.
Well, okay.
She may be some
Hey.
tech millionaire and not graduate.
As long as she doesn't step on the
Graduate.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Bye, Paul.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
All right,
Paul.
have
Paul.
a good night. All right.
Anybody
It's time
else, if
to call
there's
it a day.
anybody else out there who wants to join us, comments,
Are
please.
all the questions answered?
Yeah, this
Yep.
is your show, not just the Nick from Milburn show. Everybody's show. Come on.
There was a decent amount of bricks though. I sent both sides of
were.
the wall.
Yeah. This was one of the other pictures.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not the clearest, but hey,
Yeah.
thank you to my sister's friend who went and got that picture for me.
Good.
All right. Well, good luck to the women tomorrow. They got a big game versus St. Peter's.
Will you be there?
And I'm going to be in the video board on the back during replay.
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be there.
By the way, you know who's down, by the way? He asked to say hello. Dan Dunn is around. He was at the game tonight.
Yay.
And
Yeah, I
he's
saw
going
him. I
tomorrow
saw
night.
him.
He'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
He'll be at the women's game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right,
All right,
guys.
so it's
That's our show.
I think the whole concept was thank you, Eli, for your help. I think the whole
Yep,
concept
absolutely.
is good.
Great
And
job, Eli.
we should try it. We
Appreciate
should try
Great
it
job,
again. Maybe
everyone.
we should try it on Friday again. I think
Yep.
it went well. After the Wagner game. Just need either Eli or Scoops to
I'm working till 10 Friday, so I'll be available 10:30ish.
Yeah, but the game's gonna probably be what time's the game on Friday?
7:30.
All right, might be the same thing again.
Monday starts 7:00 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was way early. I thought the game was 7:00 tonight. I was way early.
It's all right. Better early.
Yeah, better early than late.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Great show.
Well, have a good night,
Nick,
everyone.
take us off.
Great show.
All right, guys. This was a concept, and thank you for Tom Eccles to making it happen. Coming home, I heard Jeff, our good friend, and I said it before. Jeff calls Hall on. He goes on. He says the 3 initials NIL, and they cut him off. And that's what we're not about. That you can talk anything you want, like Eli says, in reason. But almost anything.
Well, who was the main guy in the Hall line last year? Was that Morales?
Yeah, I don't want to get into maybe.
No, I'm saying he's doing camera work now, so he's not even there.
Yeah, but the kid tonight, the same thing. They just, whatever reason, they don't like talking NIL. I don't, because Jeff's whole point was Hines played great, but guys, we got to figure out a plan now to keep him for next year, which is a legitimate question.
We should have like a 50-50 every game, but keep 100 of it.
Right. All right, but this was great. This was great. Thank you for everyone. I love the concept. I love the show. It's gonna just get better. Eli, the producer, is so key. I appreciate you. Bill, final thoughts.
I think the team played well tonight. You know, it's only one game, and let's hope for the best. There'll be many more wins to come.
Eli, final thoughts.
Well, the women are going to get another big win tomorrow, and they're going to continue this win streak against the St. Peter Peacocks. And good luck to the men on versus Wagner on Friday.
Bobby.
If you think this is hot, wait till we see what's going to happen by Big East season when we actually have live commentary during the games for road games.
Wow. Nicole, final thoughts.
I'm actually pretty excited for basketball now.
Good.
Because it's back. That's what matters.
And the Cowboys are losing.
Oh, great.
And the Cowboys are losing, but it's all right.
All right, everyone. Thank you again. Great night.
Good night.
Appreciate everyone. Take care. Good luck and God bless.
Good night.
Good night and go home.